The Whispering Pines. In the remote depths of the northern forests, where the whispering pines tell tales of old, there was a small village named Briar Hollow. The villagers lived simple, contented lives, close to nature and the forest that surrounded them. Yet, there was an unspoken rule: no one ventured deep into the forest after dark. For it was said that a malevolent spirit, the Windigo, roamed the woods, preying on those who dared to enter its domain. The Windigo was no ordinary creature. Legends described it as a gaunt, skeletal figure with eyes that glowed like burning coals. Its breath was a chill wind, and its touch could freeze a man's soul. Born from the heart of winter and the hunger of men, it was a creature of insatiable appetite, feeding on human flesh and leaving madness in its wake. One frosty autumn evening, as the village prepared for the long winter ahead, a young hunter named Elias ventured too far into the forest. Elias was brave and skilled, but he was also curious, often dismissing the old stories as mere superstition. That day, he had tracked a large deer deep into the woods, losing all sense of time and place. As dusk settled, the forest grew eerily silent. The shadows lengthened, and the temperature dropped. Elias realized his mistake and began to make his way back. But the forest paths seemed to twist and turn, leading him deeper into the darkness. Panic set in as he stumbled through the underbrush, the whispers of the pines growing louder, more insistent. Suddenly, he heard it, a low, mournful howl, unlike any wolf or animal he knew. His breath quickened, and a cold dread seeped into his bones. The stories of the Windigo flooded his mind, and he remembered the warnings of the elders. He broke into a run, but the forest seemed to close in around him. Out of the corner of his eye, Elias saw a shadow flit between the trees. He turned, and there it was, the Windigo. Its hollow eyes locked onto him, and he felt an overwhelming sense of despair. The creature moved with unnatural speed, its skeletal frame gliding silently through the forest. Elias fought against the fear, drawing his knife as a last resort. But the Windigo was upon him in an instant, its icy grip paralyzing him. He could feel the life draining from his body, the warmth of his soul being consumed by the creature's insidious hunger. In his final moments, Elias saw flashes of the Windigo's past victims, hunters, travelers, and villagers, lost souls trapped in eternal torment. Their faces were twisted in agony, their eyes pleading for release. The Windigo fed on more than just flesh, it devoured hope and sanity, leaving only a hollow shell behind. When Elias did not return, the villagers formed a search party, but they found no trace of him. The forest, once a source of life and sustenance, had claimed another victim. As winter set in, the villagers huddled close to their fires, the wind outside howling like a mournful spirit. From that day on, the stories of the Windigo were told with even greater urgency, a stark reminder of the dark presence that lurked beyond the village. The Whispering Pines carried the tale of Elias, a cautionary echo through the ages, warning all who would listen. And deep within the forest, the Windigo waited, ever hungry, ever watchful, ready to claim the souls of those who strayed too far into its haunted realm.